What is it that you expect? This is half the battle won. So now you need to understand and you need to just work on this. So just write down in your mind or in your copy, which the copy that you'll keep for 2 years, that what is it that you expect and are you on the right track? Are you getting? Because you are the customers. You are the customers to this institute and you have to demand what is it that you want. Not only from the institute but in life also. So when you work with an organization, you're getting money, getting paid for that. When you sit in an interview, it is not that you are some notches down. It's it has to be a symbiotic relationship. When the other person asks you, why do you think that I should select you? You should also have a question. Either you would have prepared before coming for the interview, or you can ask directly, why is it that I should join you? What is it? What are the growth trajectory that I'll get? How would you ensure me? Or maybe if you feel that it would be rude to ask these questions, but you must analyze that is this the right approach? You should ask the questions. What would be expected out of you? What is it that the boss or the team want from you? Would you be able to deliver that? If yes, join the organization. If no, then it is not the right place for you. I'll give you an example. I did my graduation in technology. So it was a 4-year computer uh, engineering course from University of Delhi. So I could not understand what is it that I want from my life. So is it programming? I could not find my solace in assembly language. How many of you are from computers background, from IT background? Very less, huh? So you would understand the pains of coding in an assembly language, understanding the data structures, or understanding the RDBMS, artificial intelligence, monikers, and all that stuff. So at least I had gone through that pain. So I had no idea what I'm going to do with my life. I just knew one thing. I'm not going to do this. I did my engineering because of the society pressure. बेटा या तो इंजीनियर बन जाओ या डॉक्टर बन जाओ और पता नहीं क्या करोगे आप. Then I realized maybe I should do management. But what is management? Would it be sales or marketing or HR? Again, I had no idea. ये पता था क्या नहीं करना है. Then I landed up here. So I started speaking to my faculty members. I started speaking to my seniors. The first and foremost thing was to find out which specialization I need to take. But before that, I did the similar exercise of understanding the expectations I have from this college. वो अगर पूरी हो रही हैं, तो I am well placed. And then I also need to identify my strengths. So I chose sales not because sales has money, not because sales gives you that kick of kicking out the competition and bagging the deal, but because I want to do sales. But like most of you, I was also a little disillusioned. Is it sales or is it marketing that I would want to do? So I was told marketing immediately nahi milega. You need to understand the nuances of sale. So unless you're a good sales guy, you cannot be a good marketer. I'm sure you would understand if your batch has started in the very first few classes, you would understand the difference between sales and marketing. So who feels that among you who feels that you're a good sales guy? I'll ask you a question. तो सेल्स में स्पेशलाइजेशन आप लोगों को नहीं करना है. I could see this one hand up. Okay. Can you sell a kangi to a ganja? Hmm. Very good. Hmm. Let me come here. Yeah. Did you stay there? Hmm. Very good. Anybody else? Can somebody sell a kangi to a ganja? No, I will not ask you to sell it. I just need to have the confidence. Okay. Hmm. You're closer. Anybody else? I'm actually looking for the right answer. Yeah? Like? So my question to you guys is, why do we need to sell a comb to a bald guy? Just because you have a product, you have to sell it. You have to find out the right audience for that, the right customer for that. So during my first year, I was told the same thing, and I refused to sell a comb to a bald guy. I said I wouldn't. I would rather sell it to a person who needs it, and that is the right sale. So you would sell it once, but you cannot go back to the customer again. So the rule says your 80% of business comes to 20% of your customers. You have to retain your customers. So of course, there's a division, a separate division to acquire new customers. So I currently am into acquisition of new customers. So I handle a team which goes out in the market. We have named customers. So named customers means there's a limit, and we cannot exceed that limit. So we would declare that in this year we have a list of 20 big enterprises, for example, say Bharti Airtel, who currently do not buy our products, and so on. And we would go to such organizations and we would sell our products. And how would we sell? Because currently they're not buying our products. So we need to understand and identify what is the wrong that the competition is doing. So every incumbent vendor or an incumbent partner or even the government, there would be certain loose ends, there would be certain gaps which the competition capitalizes on. If you look at the current political environment, so BJP has capitalized on the wrongdoings of Congress and vice versa. So Congress would again, if at all they come back, they will have to harp on the wrongdoings of what the current government would be doing. Similarly, as a seller, you have to go out in the market. You'll have to understand what wrong things, what wrong commitments, what wrong or the expectation mismatch that the competition is doing, and from there you have to enter. So the first and foremost rule of selling is you need to understand what the customer really wants. You need to build up a relationship because there would be certain things that the customer himself doesn't know what he wants. You have to make them aware of those. So there's something called covert and overt needs. So some are visible requirements of the customer, some are invisible requirements because the customer himself would not be aware of those requirements. For example, if I go to a gym and all I would want is a fit body, I know this one product or maybe this one machine can give me that fitness. But then there would be some other things also which I would not be aware of. So a consultative approach comes here. The person who would be coaching me would tell me, Herbalife le lo, for example. And I used to go to a gym around 16 years back during my graduation days. My coach told me, आप Herbalife ले लो. मैंने कहा पर मैं तो fit हूँ. ये तो somebody would want to lose weight would want that. He said yes, somebody would want to lose weight, somebody would want to gain weight would I would endorse this product to that person. Like what about me? He said somebody would want to maintain the physicality that you have. मैंने कहा बॉस ये मेरे को मत बेचो तुम. Don't be a consultative, don't be a consultant to me. So it was again a wrong sale. I did not want that product, or maybe I was not convinced. So I stopped talking to that coach. I left that gym. So this is the basics of a sale. And so anybody can tell me what's the difference between sales and marketing? अगर आप लोग पढ़ चुके already. So do you have you had any of the classes, or you'll be starting with the classes? Starting. So I'll leave that for your faculty then. So the other important thing that I wanted to cover was deciding upon your specialization. So how do you think that you should decide on your specialization? What are the parameters that uh, what are the factors that would influence you for deciding the specialization? So I want this to be an interactive session. And how would you? Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. So is this your wishful thinking that you would want to work in human resources because you think that's your talent, that's your strength, or you're sure about that? Okay, there's a very thin difference. Because there's so many people. Sorry, you can sit down. Anybody else? Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Anybody else? यार आप लोग interact नहीं कर रहे हो. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. You want to say something? Hmm. I'm very happy to see that you guys are clear at least. So we guys were not. हमें नहीं पता था हमें क्या करना है और क्यों करना है. Just because everybody wanted to be in marketing, so all of us wanted to be in marketing. And then we realized, oh no, marketing is different from sales. So अब sales करना पड़ेगा. Sales आता नहीं है. क्या करें? So then we were stuck. And that is where the college helps you. So again, we used to talk to our faculty members. So, so I coming from a technology background and not liking it, and then I realized maybe just like I told you, कुछ और करना है. क्या करना है पता नहीं, but ये नहीं करना है. So then I spoke to few of the faculty members, and then they said, uh, "Sales karo, you're good at it." Then I thought, how do you know I'm good at it? They said everybody is a seller. Your mom is a seller. Your younger sibling, even you were a seller when you were a 2 year old. You wanted a phone. Maybe not you. इतने बूढ़े तुम लोग नहीं हो. मतलब इतने young नहीं हो तुम लोग कि 2 साल की उम्र में phone चाहिए होगा. But a 5 year old kid would want a phone, and he would actually throw tantrums and sell the concept to the parents that why I would want a phone. A mom would impose लौकी की सब्जी to you, selling it that it's good for health. Have it. हर बार तुम्हें चिकन बिरयानी नहीं मिलेगी. So everybody is a seller. You just need to understand where is it that you're selling. So perhaps the lady was sitting there who wants to be an HR. Even you would have to sell the concept to your management. So for example, staffing would again require selling. Once you're interviewing somebody, you'll have to sell the organization to that person. You'll have to sell the concept of that person selecting your organization over the others. Because once you are into job hunting, you would have multiple options. And then you'll have to decide which option to take for, which organization to join. What is it because of the package that you'd be selling? Is it because of the profile? Is it because of the exposure that you'll be getting, or is it because of the interest? Maybe you would not be getting a good package, but that interests you. So everybody is a seller. A finance guy is a seller. A marketing guy is a seller. So for that, as I said earlier, you need to understand the psyche of the customer, of the target audience. If you're able to crack that, if you're able to forge a relationship with that person, you are a seller. For that, you need to break the ice first. So I was quite bad at it. I did not know how to break the ice. I could not talk properly. I did not have the confidence of generating a conversation or continuing with the conversation. सुन लूंगा, नोट्स बना लूंगा, पीछे आके बैकएंड पे सब कुछ हो जाएगा, but कन्विंस करना मुझे लगता था, why do I need to convince यार? So if the person is not convinced, he's not convinced. He'll never get convinced. Then my college, India IIM, they gave me a platform wherein I went on a 2 month, what do you call, summer internship with LML in Okhla. They said, freedom bikes बेचो. I really have no idea. I've never driven a bike or rode a bike. मुझे पता नहीं freedom if I'm remembering correctly. They said freedom bikes बेचो. एक डीलर के साथ लगा दिया. बेचो. We were 5 of us. We used to go there. We used to sit. We found it a little difficult to go out in the market, knock the doors, and the watchman used to shoo us away. कि क्या ये बच्चे लोग आ गए बाइक बेच रहे हैं. And we could not even sell, or our, so the idea was not to sell the bikes. The expectation was to fix up the meetings of our seniors, and then they would sell the bikes. So we could not do that. So we came back after 2 months, learning nothing productive, but learning one thing: how to break the ice with the watchman at least. Then there was another project that I took. It was with Paras Dairy. So that was a market research project. It was not selling. It was the project was to go to the villages of South Delhi, मुनीर का आपके कॉलेज के आसपास, नेपसराय, देवली, इन विलेजेस में जाके सेडुला जाब, बदरपुर, अलीगांव, ओखला, यहाँ पे जाके रिटेल मैपिंग was the project. So my job was to understand what is the volume of milk that is getting sold vis-a-vis of Paras, vis-a-vis the competition. I did that wholeheartedly. I used to carry a copy because I found it a little difficult to carry a backpack with the sheet and to fill it up. I used to go to these retailers and I used to ask them, कितना दूध बेचते हो आप? मदर डेयरी का तो अलग बूथ होते हैं, but अमूल पता नहीं उन दिनों था या नहीं था. गोपाल जी होता था. So this I'm telling way back in 2003, I guess. So I used to get compliments. I used to get matrimonial proposals also. So, but more than that, I gained a lot of confidence. So the compliments were really good. The retailers used to say, and these are, mind you, very small shopkeepers in these urban villages, and they used to say, "अरे वाह, पारस बहुत अच्छा हो गया, अब जैसे लोग उसने रख लिए." So I used to get that kick, and so we were again 6 of us who started with this project. I was the only one who completed this, and I was the only one who presented to the sales guys, and it was a very good feeling when the sales director and the marketing director bashed the sales team based on my findings. So because the findings were really accurate, and they offered me a job, but that was not what I wanted to do. So coming from an IT background, I wanted to join an IT company. So this is the other thing that I wanted to discuss with you. So this is way back in 2008 or 2009. I was working with one of the bigger system integrators who used to handle the entire IT lifecycle, IT products. So right from, so I'm sure you guys would know. So IT infrastructure basically includes right from the cabling to the networking equipments to the compute, the servers, and so how do you think the Facebooks and the Googles work? They have loads of data residing inside the storage and a lot of servers on which the softwares keep on running, and then they come out with the analysis and the results. So there was this big multinational who had come up with their office right on top of NH at Gurgaon, and that was my customer. So I started off, so my idea was to sell high-end software to them. Analytics बेचूंगा, business intelligence की tools बेचूंगा, उनका middleware बेचूंगा, and I'll get, I thought this is what would glamorize my role within my organization. Hey look, Vidit is the one who sold this product to that big MNC. be it a small size deal, but something difficult to sell. So obviously I was assisted by my technical team because I was never so technical. So I tried talking to the customer. Okay, I would want to do something with you. He said everything is done. Then I started with the basics. Cabling कर सकते हैं? नहीं, that is done. Networking switches, that is done. Compute, storage, business analytics, middleware, integrators. Is there something that we can do? No boss, everything is done, you're late. And then, because we had been engaged with the customer since so long, there was a relationship, we had bailed out the customer in some of the tricky situations. So somebody suggested, why don't you do the boardroom configurations? I mean, what is it? I don't even know. Maybe I would not want to do that. He said, स्क्रीन बेचो बोर्ड रूम के अंदर, ये केबलिंग कराओ, माइक्स लगाओ, प्रोजेक्टर लगाओ. I said, no boss, TV बेचो. And he said, no boss, I'm an IT guy, I would not do all this. There's no glamour. He said, this is the only piece which is left. Fortunately, I had an office automation division within my organization. I connected with those guys, took them for a presentation. We met the VP of that organization. We got the deal after a lot of hard work. And the deal those days was around 5.5 crores. So, and subsequent to that, multiple deals आने लगे, 80 lakhs, 2 crores. So glamour नहीं था, but I got a promotion within that organization, awards मिले, so बहुत सारे laurels मिले, confidence आया, एक association मिला from that organization because of which I could sell the third party softwares. So at one point in time when I was not even getting an entry into that organization, there was a time when I was a respected IT partner to that company. So the learning was, be it small, but you have to work hard and you have to work smart. So this was one. So there's another experience that I want to share with you regarding HR. So why HR is very important. So there was another organization, a manufacturing organization, which wanted to outsource the IT, totally to do away with IT. They said, boss, we would want to concentrate only on the R&D and manufacturing. We will outsource the sales also. We'll have dealers and they'll sell. We'll have the IT partners who will manage the IT for us. We'll have consultants who will manage the HR for us. We'll have one head for all these functional divisions who would manage these partners who would be running the show for us. So my piece was the IT piece. So luckily we got that piece, and then so that primarily means the IT division of that organization, the people who run the IT for that division will essentially be rebadged into the new organization. There are 30 of them. Interviews were on सबके. So we selected, my technical and HR team selected 29 out of those guys. There was one guy who was a key guy, a critical figure in the entire chain, who was not selected because of behavioral issues, they said. So now this was very tricky and a very cryptic situation to be in. How to disclose the news to that particular guy or to the management. So first of all, I stopped the team from declaring the results. Because if that person comes to know that he's not been selected, he's the only one who's not been selected, and we know that the reasons are the behavioral issues. So that person can possibly create sabotage in the system, since he knew the passwords, he knew the system, he knew the configuration. So what to do? So I was also new in the industry. This is way back in 2008. I was just 4 years old into the industry. I was not as smart as I am now because of the experience that I have. So I brought this to the notice of the MD and the other guys of the organization, of my organization, and the MD said, boss, there's no problem. I am anyways not leaving this guy. I'm just giving you 29 guys. So I don't have an idea why this guy came for the interview. So I said, but sir, he said, there's a mistake. This guy was never supposed to be interviewed. He's my guy and I would retain this guy. He would run the show for me. He would run the IT show for me and he would coordinate with you. I got the message that this is how he converted the threat into an opportunity, a weakness into a strength. That guy was retained. He was full of confidence and he still continues. The entire team has changed the organizations, but that guy is still close to the MD. Perhaps he would have known that I was the one who was not selected, and the MD of the organization stood by me. So, and that is the human resources factor that came into place. That is how you manage the human resources, because resources, human is or the human capital is just another resource, just like a software or a tool or a completely different organization who would help you achieve the objectives of your organization. So, any questions if you have, if I'm going off track, or you would want me to cover any specific thing, or should I continue? यार ये लोग बोलते नहीं है, वो सुरेंद्र तो बहुत अच्छे से बोल रहे थे इनके बारे में. Yeah. Okay.
So I want to know that is marketing. If I talk about like finances, I believe it's like I think that it's not my case, not my case. So I want to know that is marketing good combination to take with HR. Like in future, will it help me in any way, like creating an
See,
opportunities
the
or?
key is to understand what are your core strength areas and what is it that you would want to do. So I was just discussing with Manushi before this session that somebody who choose sales or HR or finance just for the heck of it. मेरे पापा चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हैं और मैं भी finance में जाना चाहता हूँ. I'll manage a team of chartered accountants. Somebody might feel that. I'll manage the team of, or my dad is a lawyer. I want to be a lawyer. I don't know how to, I have not done any homework, but I think I'll be able to manage that. So that would be a wrong approach. So you have to leverage on your strengths. So any combination would be good in the market. Just to give an example, a person who joins sales for just for the heck of it, for the money piece, would not be a good fit. So I've seen so many cases where people are suffering diabetes or high BP because they are unable to take that pressure. So everything has pros and cons. So if you're unable to manage, so even in HR, you would have the various divisions. You will have a staffing division who would be required to get new talent acquisition basically. Then you will have the employee development division who would be responsible for the training and development. Then there would be a different division for in some of the BPOs who have high attrition rates to downsize, how to effectively remove the people. For example, Hewlett Packard around 5 years back, they decided to lay off around 30,000 people. So in India, they had to lay off around 3,000 people. How to effectively do that so that people from the competition are not wary to join your organization. They should not have a feeling that this particular MNC would lay me off if I do not perform. So in this way, you will be insulating from the right talent to join your organization. So here comes the marketing. Here comes the branding. So if you have an idea about the human resources and if you also have the flair of marketing, then you can combine that and you can come out with a plan and you can say, बॉस हम लोगों को निकालेंगे नहीं, हम situations create करेंगे कि लोग खुद छोड़ के चले गए and then we'll not recruit people. So this is how you passively reduce the headcount. So for example, you're growing business and you're not hiring people, आप internal movement ही कर रहे हो. So that is another way of not laying off people, but you're expanding the business with lesser people. So even somebody who would want to do the marketing or maybe sales in a financial organization. So इसमें एक और catch होता है. So when you're doing HR and say marketing, so would you want to become an HR guy in a marketing office, in a marketing organization, or would you want to become a marketing guy in an HR organization? So here's the catch. So would you want to join the sales of a sales organization, maybe an FMCG or so you need to understand what is the core function of that organization. For example, in Infosys is a technology company. So would you want to be in the core function, in the sales and marketing? Sorry, in the software development, or would you want to be in the business development? So would you want to be a finance guy in a financial organization, or would you want to be a finance guy in HR organization? You would want to be a part of the functional division or the core division. So this is something that the college will help you with. So whatever doubts you will have, because as you can see, the change that I can see now in India is during our times the resources were limited, and it was a new college. Now the college has flourished like anything. There are a lot of students from various backgrounds, even the faculty members, the people who manage the industry institute relationship, even they are from the industry. So they know how things work. What is it that the market wants? What is it that the market demands? And they would tune you, they would hone your skills accordingly. And then you're also smart guys, you can also demand, you can also come back and tell them that this is what we want, this is how we feel that things should be, and such inputs are always welcome. And this is one openness about India which has been in the DNA. So even when I was in the second year, so along with the placement cell, we formed another team, and we were extended arms of the placement cell. So we assisted. So Ashwini sir, abhi bhi hai. I'm hearing that he'll join in another 1 hour. Bahar gaya hua hai. I'll take his number from you. So we had a team of first years and second years who assisted the placement cell. उससे पहले शायद students का इतना involvement नहीं होता था. So there was an input from us, and they were doing pretty well without the students' interaction as well. So I think that started from our batch. So मुझे पता नहीं whether it continued or not, but what all I've been hearing and seeing from India, things are getting better year on year. Anything else? Any specific question that you would want? Yeah.
But like during the time of the interview, recruiters ask us questions or anybody else. It's like we have to answer according to ourselves. It's just like, but that is not the thing. In interview, you have to answer what recruiter is asking you. So I want to know the key points for facing interview.
I'll share one experience with you. It's not a good experience, but should help you. You can sit down. So I'd gone for an interview once, and I really wanted to get out of the current organization I was working with. So I was not happy with my boss. I was not happy with the kind of job that I was doing. So I got an interview call. The consultant really wanted me to go for an interview at least. I did some thorough research. So it was some Mr. X, so Mr. Kalra, who was supposed to take the interview. I happened to knew one of the guys who worked under Mr. Kalra, and I took the entire input, and I was told that Mr. Kalra does some really good business from an organization, say Alcatel-Lucent, so a telecom organization. So I went there, interview started. He said, so Vidit, why do you want to join this organization? I said, because I want to be a part of the telecom domain of this organization. He said, but you have a telecom domain within your organization also. So because I had done a good research about the interviewer and the organization, I said, yeah, we have a telecom domain within my organization, and I'm part of the key accounts team, which cuts across all these divisions, BFSI, telecom, and the hotel industry, and oil and gas, and so on and so forth. But the very fact that Airtel, Ericsson are my accounts clearly say कि हमारा telecom domain कैसा होगा. Telecom domain is ideally supposed to handle such telecom accounts, but key account team कर रही है, so you can very well imagine. So I was not bad mouthing. I came to the main point. I said, यार वो लोग तो बोलते हैं Ericsson छोड़ दो, Alcatel छोड़ दो, वो तो Kalra का account है. BSNL से सारा business होता है, Airtel मेरे पास है. The music to his ears was, क्या, what do they say? Ericsson छोड़ दो, कालरा का अकाउंट है. I said हाँ, वो बोलते हैं कालरा का अकाउंट है, छोड़ो, हम क्या करेंगे जाके. And focus more on the BSNL because that is where our expertise lie. But that guy was stuck on that Kalra ka account. And he could not just move beyond that. He asked me two different questions. So who manages that account from your company? So I said that is inconsequential because nobody manages. Nobody goes there. There's a Kalra ka account. Chhod do. And then I again moved on to the other topic. So I didn't want to make it very candid to him, very obvious to him that I'm just planting that thought in his mind. I was just playing mind games with him. And then he didn't ask me any further questions other than Kalra के बारे में और क्या कहते हैं. I got the job. So again I had to. This is something unprofessional that I did. So after accepting the appointment, the offer letter, I did not join that organization because I did not have the respect left for that Mr. Kalra. So I was hardly 4-year-old in the industry, and when I could maneuver a person who's 15-year-old or 20-year-old in the industry, that means the guy was not good enough. Or maybe I outsmarted him. So what would I learn from him? So I continued in my present organization, started looking for further opportunities. So the question to your answer is, do a thorough research before going for an interview. You must know why is it that you would want to have this job. Is it because it's of interest? Is it because you feel that you can really do something? You can really bring a value? You can really add some value to that particular piece? Or is it some other reason? So you'll have to be very clear in that. And you have to choose because the first 3 years of your career will decide the rest of your career path. If you fail in that, then you'll have a longer path to success. Any other question? पूछो यार कुछ भी. अच्छा. So my first job was with Hughes. That was another point I wanted to tell you. It's not Hugs, it's not Huggies, it's not Hughes, it's Hughes, just like news. No, it's not your fault. It's I again forgot the name. There was a movie by the name of Aviator. Leonardo DiCaprio की movie थी. The Aviator. Howard Hughes, yeah. So Howard Hughes was the guy who founded this movie. उसको भी यही प्रॉब्लम होगा मेरे वाला. उसको सब Huggies बोलते होंगे. So when I got the placement from India, so वो होता है ना, I was वो generation old, so I'm the eldest in my family, in my cousins. और गैप काफी है, तो मुझसे बड़े वाले लोग भी बहुत ज्यादा हैं. So people used to say, yeah, Vidit got a very good placement. He joined Huggies, वो satellite company है Huggies. And then there was an uncle who was working with Cisco. He said, Huggies नहीं होगा, वो satellite company तो Hughes होगा. हाँ वो जो भी हो, Hughes News, but अच्छी company है. So Hughes was my first organization. Hughes, HP, HCL, HP, now Hill. So all start with H. So this is one joke. Don't take it seriously. So Dell is a good organization to work.
So I asked this because Dell has one of the highest attrition rates in the industry. So why so?
So Dell is into.
Would you say it's transferring?
Sorry?
Would you say it's transferring the management now?
So I'll tell you, Dell is the only organization which is completely end-to-end IT. So if you follow the IT industry, so Cisco is into networking and compute. EMC is into storage, NetApp storage. HP, there are two companies now, HP Enterprise, HP Inc. So HP Inc. is into the laptop, desktops and printers. And HP Enterprise is into software and the compute, network and storage. So Dell is the only company available which is completely right from the tabs to high-end servers. And because it also has a BPO.
Exactly. That's thing I was looking at work at Dell. But everyone I know in the secret sector has worked at Dell. And they leave Dell. I don't believe that.
You'll have to ask them.
They tell me that Dell is the only place where you can go, not work and still get paid.
So that's true with any of the organizations.
I think the tell it like,
See, I'll tell you. So let me answer your question. So there are a whole lot of organizations. So the beauty of working with the top-notch IT companies is that there's a process, and you just have to be in line. If you're following the process, they'll simplify it for you. You just follow the process, and things would be done. You would have a fixed amount of customers. You have to just manage the relationship and get the business out of them. Just like I said, your 80% business comes from 20% of the customers. You just have to retain the customers and get business out of them. You just follow the rule and you'll get the business. So that answers you don't work and you get the job done. The beauty of working in a smaller organization is you'll work as an entrepreneur. So when I used to work with HCL Infosystems, so my job was to identify the opportunity. It was a greenfield. So my job was to identify the opportunity, be it any customer, sell the product or design the product, negotiate, sell, and then work on the recovery of the payments. So they used to ask us. So when I was working with HP, they used to ask us, what is the life cycle of a sale? And the life cycle of the sale ended on getting the PO and getting the bills submitted to the customer. They said, जब invoice हो गया, जब bill submit हो गया, आपका काम खत्म, you'll get your incentives. The definition changed once I moved to HCL. So I used to work as an entrepreneur, as a businessman. Because as a businessman, it is your responsibility to get the money out also. Once you sell, the customer might not want to pay you upfront. They might want a credit of say 30 days. They would want to test the product and then pay you. So in such industries, it is pretty normal. So in Dell, possibly, or in such organizations, people maybe they felt bored, maybe they wanted something else in life, maybe it's the pressure, maybe they were not performing, whatever. But this is true for any of the organizations. There's somebody who wants to ask.
Before joining NDIM, I was pretty sure that I have to take finance as my major, and marketing as my minor. But then, when I joined NDIM, I got to know there's another specialization called digital marketing.
Okay.
So, I wanted to know what are the advantages of marketing over digital marketing that makes me take marketing as my minor too.
See, I'm not very sure about digital marketing, what exactly they do, but what I understand is it's a medium of marketing. So I would not be able to answer you correctly.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
But for that, I would want to add, the basics are true for every field. If you get the basics right, you would be able to excel in any of the fields.
Good afternoon, sir. So I have two questions. First, what is the difference between sales and marketing? And second one is, what are the key factors which are required for become a successful sales manager?
Yeah, पहले वाला question तो would be part of your curriculum.
Yes, sir.
वो बता देंगे आपको.
Answer the second one.
छोटा सा मैं बताता हूँ. The same question that I asked, the first question that I asked, selling a comb to a bald is probably sales, and wrong or right, that is my personal opinion. Marketing is beyond this. Marketing is creating an opportunity. I'll give you an example. So how many of you would have heard about that toothpaste formula? Can you just explain?
Close-Up had this competition all over India. The competition was, give us an idea to increase sales of our toothpaste without us spending a single penny. Would you guys like to take a shot at it? They'll still have to add salt, so that adds money. Any other? Take a guess.
So what we are talking about is generation's old idea. Salt is a little latest one.
Okay, I'll just come round to
No,
it.
there's
Please.
Sure, sir.
Perfect. That's the answer.
I'll just add on to this. So various levels they came. The first level was, or maybe I'm just jumbling up the levels, but one of the ideas was to create a mindset of brushing your teeth twice a day. Then the mindset being created, जो ads में दिखाते हैं पूरा toothpaste cover करते हैं. How many of you cover the entire toothbrush? None of us maybe, but yeah. And then they came out with another unique idea, and that was increasing the diameter of the nozzle. Then there's another example, marketing wala, or maybe sales wala, or the smart thinking as a sales guy. Both of you can sit down. So the bottled water industry. So there was again, I will not take any names. So there's already an established brand, and summers mein every consumer would want to have consume that particular brand of bottled water only. And then came a new brand, and so if the earlier brand was giving a 1 rupee margin, for example, to the retailers, so this new brand came out in the market and said, we'll give you 2 rupees or say 1.5 rupees. All you have to do is you have to keep out the earlier brand, the established brand from the refrigerator, keep it out and keep our bottled water inside. So nobody would want to have a not so cold distillery, for example. They would be okay with a Gangaji water, probably, which is cold and nice to drink. So this would again be one of the marketing ideas or the smart thinking ideas. Even marketing has various flavors. There is a product marketing. Who would come out with engineering of new products. For example, जितने आपके consumer durables होते हैं, so they would even phones. So one of the batchmates during one of my batchmates during one of their internship, he had submitted a report way back in 2003 or 4 that Samsung is thinking of capturing the phone industry. And we guys used to wonder, Samsung yaar, phone mein Nokia ko, who can beat Nokia? Because there used to be jokes those days, which is the largest selling camera in the world? And we used to wonder, is it Nikon or is it Canon? And the answer used to Nokia in the phones. So those days we used to wonder, yaar, Samsung, how can Samsung do that? But then they had a strategy, they had a vision, and they worked on it. So I think that answers your query. What was the second question? See, you need to understand, as I said, mentioned earlier also, you need to understand your correct target audience. Product है, product को कौन खरीद सकता है? उनको ढूंढो, इधर-उधर मत जाओ. मेहनत करो in understanding the target audience. Then understand the requirement. Do they really want to buy that product? If no, leave them. Find out a new target market. Understand the requirement, adopt a consultative approach. For example, if you are in sales of with a car dealer, you must know, for example, say Honda, you must know whether to pitch in an Amaze or a City or a Mobilio. So a person who would be driving alone would not want to buy a Mobilio maybe. So a person with a family, maybe he would want to purchase a Mobilio. So it is up to you how well you understand the requirement of your customer. Maybe he doesn't even know whether Mobilio is the right requirement for him. So you will have to do that consultative selling to him. So unless you do that, he would not be able to respect you, and he will not be able to trust you. Respect comes only after, so trust comes only after respect. So if you are able to crack that, you can sell anything. So I myself, I do not understand the technology per se. So it's been a year since I've been selling these notebooks. But I don't understand even I don't know how an i3 processor is better or an i5 processor is better than i3. So what applications would run on this? So my core strength is into forging relationships with the customer and identifying the pain points of the customer and how can I do that. So as a sales manager or as an account manager or as a relationship manager, so then I have teams, the technical team to assist me on that. So they would do the technical selling. I must know that. Probably had I known this, I would have risen much higher notches, but you must know your product while selling. But again, I know for sure what are my strengths and what are not my strengths. So instead of working on my, instead of not working on my strengths and working on my weaknesses, so I find it easier. I would rather work on my strengths and run a little faster. So I was asked in one of my interviews, if you are a rabbit, if you are a tortoise, and you have to you have to race with the rabbit, what would you do? I'm sure you would have seen that presentation जो आजकल चल रहा है. Huh? Sorry? यार so it's something like this. I'll just shorten it for you. यार अब बैठ जो मेरे को लग रहा है punishment दिया हुआ है. तो I'll just shorten it for you. वो रेस का आपने सुना होगा. Slow and steady wins the race. वो खरगोश सो गया था and the tortoise because he was steady. Then comes shot 2 where I wish I would have brought the presentation. Anyways, then comes shot 2 where the rabbit learns from his previous mistake and he doesn't rest till the time he finishes the race. Shot 3 where the tortoise understands that he was probably racing with the wrong guy in the wrong terrain. He suggested, let's go for a race again and I will decide the terrain now. So we have to race till that tree over there. And the rabbit say, okay, fine, we'll do that. And they started racing. There came a lake. The rabbit could not cross the lake. The tortoise could. And so this was the tortoise leveraging on his strengths. So instead of trying to outrun the rabbit, which he could never have even in his 7 lives, he changed the terrain altogether. So something that I can do. Something I cannot do, I'll try to do, but there's so many other things that I can do. Why not focus on those things here? Why do I have to cry over the things that I cannot do? So I cannot marry Katrina Kaif. I won't marry her. So then came shot 3. It was about collaboration. They said, let's decrease the racing time. Rather, let's shorten it. Let's be a little more creative. We'll run to that tree. So the rabbit will carry the tortoise on him while running on the terrain, on the ground, and they'll reverse the roles while crossing the river. And in this way, both of them can achieve the target. Both of them can achieve the target at a shorter time. So I knew this. I had read this somewhere. वो Facebook पे आते रहते हैं. I went for an interview. Interviewer asked me, what if you are a tortoise and you are racing against rabbit and you cannot change the rules? What will you do now? I said, I won't run. I will not participate in the race. He said, why? I said, I'll look for a fatter tortoise. I'll probably look for an ant with whom I can race. There's so many people available in the market. So in networking, Dell is not number 1. Cisco is number 1. They are the market leaders. So if I have to compete with Cisco, there are very high chances that I'll lose. So 2 things that I'll do. First of all, I'll go to the customer, I'll understand from them their pain points with Cisco. If they don't have, I'll leave it. There is no point because the time is money. Time is limited. I would rather sell those products which can fetch quicker results for me. So there's a team who will be working on that, and I'm not part of the team. Cisco को beat करने के लिए दूसरी team है. I'm not part of that team. I'll rather focus on my key areas. Anything else? Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. I wanted to ask that it is often said that sales and marketing is a field that is not for girls. So why is this myth so? Just because of the field work that we need to do in this field?
I would disagree with this. I would also disagree. Again, my personal opinion. There's nothing about equality personally I don't believe this. There are certain things that women can do better. There are certain things that men can do better because it's an individual trait. So we cannot classify any job with respect to gender, or with caste, or with greed, or with financial disparities. So if you have that strength, probably you can do it better than me or anybody else.
So that it's said that we have more of field work, so maybe that's why we have the myth in their mind that this field is not for girls. Like they often
as long as
कहाँ इधर उधर घूमोगे, finance ले लो, एक जगह बैठकर काम करोगे.
see if you like traveling, if you would want to go for a sales call to Greater Noida and then to Manesar in the same day, and while doing that you would want to drop your children in the school and pick them up and drop them back home, then probably your game. अगर आप office job लोगे तो probably you would not have that flexibility with you. So it's again what is it that you want to do. So my typical day starts at around say 9:30 or 10. So I don't go to office every day. So hence I could come here and deliver on a weekday. So I again have the liberty of not taking the calls. I can always say boss meeting you, मतलब manage it here. So had I been working in an office job, I would have to take an off. I would have to take a permission from my organization. So there's certain things, but again, there's a lot of pressure. So this is understood. Sales guy, as long as he is delivering his numbers. So, but nothing is easy, huh? If you think marketing is easy or HR is easy, it's not. So just think about handing over a pink slip to an employee. A typical HR guy would have to do that. You'll have to motivate the person that we are firing you, but don't feel bad about it. It's something that I cannot do. Even as a manager, it becomes very, very difficult when you have to give the appraisal. So we have a quota. I cannot give excellent ratings to everybody. Even if the entire team is excellent, I'll have to select somebody who is not so good, or who's just good. And that good guy will say, sir, why am I not an excellent guy? What wrong did I do? This guy, how did this guy deserve an excellent rating from you? So nothing is easy. Even for a project manager, you have to meet the deadlines, if not the targets, or the sales targets. So, the purchase division, you have to manage the relationship with the people. You have to make them do what otherwise nobody would do. So nothing is easy. You'll have to slog really hard. You'll have to get your basics right. You must know what effect will the Britain's exit from Euro will have on, say, Nepal. You must know that. You must know, for the sake of understanding for your own self, you must know how to engage, I'm talking this about sales, how to engage your customer in a conversation. So sometimes I praise Modi, sometimes I bash Modi. So I need to do that on the face of it. If the customer wants to listen something, so I would not go and argue with him. I'm not there for arguing on a political matter. I just have to make my sale and get out. So it's about forging the relationship. So a girl can do that as better as a boy can do that. Am I running out of time? Okay. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So my question to you is, I have observed that there are a lot of job shifts in a career of marketing/sales guy. So can you tell me is it about the package, or does that hamper the growth opportunities in the long run? Can you tell me about that?
Yeah. Again, it would depend on your interests. If you want money, and there is a certain profile that gives you money, probably 5 years down the line you might not want that much money, or there would be various factors and parameters that would have different importances in different phases of your life, and those things decide or those things play a really important role in your decisions. So if your girlfriend gets a job in Bangalore, probably you would want to go to Bangalore then. तो जो भी नौकरी मिलेगी करनी पड़ेगी यार. गर्लफ्रेंड का 10 लाख का पैकेज है, मेरे को या 15 लाख का पैकेज है, मुझे चाहे 10 लाख का मिले, इधर 12 लाख का मिल रहा है, but you probably would want to go there. So there would be various parameters which you have to decide yourself. So it's not about money, it's not about growth only.
Sir, I want to ask you that if supposedly if I'm sitting in my fifth interview, so the recruiter asks me that you are changing your jobs constantly, say over a period of 1 year. So you'll leave my organization within 1 year.
So whatever you do, you just need to have a proper justification for that. So if you're currently working in a very top MNC, and then you make a shift to a normal middle order organization for whatever reason, because you're making a change, there has to be a justified reason, otherwise you wouldn't have made that change. So that reason should be justifiable enough for the interviewer. अगर आपके पास reason नहीं है for doing what you are, you have to take a very well-informed decision and just stick to it, and then justify it. So I think that should work. Even if you're changing after every year, so that definitely gives a wrong impression about you, but only if you're unable to justify.
So, I'm from engineering background, and I want to know that recently business analytics has made a field in the corporate world. Will it be better if I take finance as major 1 and business analytics as major 2, or if I take finance as major 1 with operations as major 2, because I'm from engineering background?
यार ये ना तुम technical questions मत पूछो मुझसे. I'm a non-technical guy. Again, I would want to say, if you think that you can excel, just because you did engineering does not mean that you have to carry on with that. So I did engineering. I did not want to carry on with that mistake throughout my life. So although I am into IT because I did my engineering, जो समझ में आता है, थोड़ा बहुत बेच सकता हूँ, थोड़ा बहुत समझ सकता हूँ. For example, like you said, analytics is the in thing.
You know what business analytics is all about?
I'll tell you. So do you understand what is a dashboard? No. So for a management leader, he must have the pulse of his business right in front of his screen. So he would want to know which are the products which are growing in revenues, which are the products which are bringing in more margins, what are the pain points or what are the leakage points within his organization. Is the finance division not up to the mark? Is he getting problems in getting the right talent from the market? Is the marketing team not doing good? For example, Dell recently acquired EMC. And there was a news article which said Dell, the PC maker, acquires EMC. I was not very happy reading that, because Dell is not a PC maker only. It's out and out into the complete IT. So the marketing team is not doing their job then. That's the correct signal is not going into the market. So coming back, the leader must understand what are the various parameters which define or which drive the business, the entire enterprise. So in a single console, if you can see that is a dashboard, and analytics is the tool which does the backend compute for all this. So there would be a database for all these things. For example, if you enter into a mall of your choice and you have been frequently going there, and you buy a white Van Heusen shirt, the next time when you go there, you'll get an SMS. There's a new Van Heusen range that is out on display, or it's not discounted. So they would want to entice you who has been a customer to them. So this comes from analytics. They will have your profile as a customer. They would know what all things you buy, what is your buying pattern, and then they'll do the number crunching and will give out the results as they want. They'll send out queries to the software. That software will throw them the results that this is the person, or people of this age buy shirts of this this fashion line. People of this age, a particular age, they buy something else, and based on that, they come out with the promotions. So this is all what business analytics is all about. The underlying thing is called big data. This is a buzzword nowadays. So big data is just an unstructured data, loads and loads of data. They run business analytics, business intelligence on that, and then they come out with the strategies.
One last question. What is operation management all about?
So operations, one piece of operations management would be, say supply chain, say project management. So you need to understand the timelines, the deliverables, the expectations. Again, based on the analytics, you must know what is it that the customer will be delighted about. He might not have spelled it out, but he would be happy if we give this to him. उसने 10 चीजें मांगी हैं, अब उसको 13 चीजें दे दो. So this is all about delivery. He wants a delivery in say a week, and you are able to deliver within 3 days. So this is a supply chain management piece of operations management. So there would be a whole lot of tools which would help you understand how to improvise on your operations piece. So this comes handy in factory. This comes handy in the channel. In all spheres of enterprise, you'll have to decide which sphere you would want to go.
Thank you, sir.